Alright, so what's up? Starting early. Saw Meza T's doing a live stream and Robert tonight, so we need to. I should have checked first, but what's up? This is Terminator Juice. I got a video capture card for my PC. I'm gonna do some Switch Mario Maker 2 gameplay, play some levels, go over my process of creating and stuff. But before we get into that, I'm going to do a quick Juice Opinions. As you can see on the screen, we got the Nintendo Switch Lite. If you didn't watch, give me the level codes when I start playing. I don't want to have to scroll back, but Nightmare Ninja, you'll be the first. Heads up, I know not a bunch of people are watching yet. I'll repeat this probably multiple times. If you put your code in, you're submitting yourself to my judgment. I will tell you straight up how I feel about your level. If you have hidden blocks over a jump that makes you fall to your death, that's the best way to get me to stop playing that level immediately, and probably any of your other levels. I don't do troll levels, especially if you got a good idea and you have like a pretty cool level and then you put some bullshit death trap or troll spot like before a checkpoint. Yeah, I just want you to know that if you're putting your code in, you're subject to my honest opinion, so on your level. But anyway, let's get back to the Nintendo Switch Lite. Talked about it on the Juice Loose podcast. I got this picture up. I actually want to get this oops, what did I do? I hit something. Oh, I was clicked. I was on the wrong screen. That's why. Let's see what happens here. Actually, I know what to do. Open image and new tab. And then we should be able to zoom in. Alright. So I mentioned it in the Juice Loose, like I said. I gotta minimize this real quick. Alright. So you can see my mouse pointer. What's it gonna take for this guy to get his thumb here and move this analog stick in a decent, with any kind of precision? Just look at the thumb's already bent, the hand's already cramped. To actually, you're gonna have to like put your fingers way out to get your thumb and your palm away from this thing, which makes it really hard to hold since the back's all smooth. So it's not gonna be for precision dual analog stuff, and the D-pad over here is probably gonna be tricky. The home button and share button are just so low. I just think Nintendo missed an opportunity to put some rounded grips on the back, move this analog stick over, and make it so they're not perfectly aligned like the Joy-Cons. Make a more comfortable system. I mean, I just think they missed an opportunity there. So, I'm never going to buy the thing. I don't care. The colors don't do it for me. Nothing about this system is in any way calling to me. So I'm going to pass. But what I do want to talk about, in more than that, is the new Nintendo Switch. The model that everybody's talking about. And some people are speaking like it has some super duper battery in it. And I just want to talk about that, plus what I feel this means for the quote unquote Nintendo Switch Pro. So the battery life, they're saying 5.5 hours, 5.5 hours for Breath of the Wild, compared to, I think it was like 2.5, 3. And what this is, for anybody that doesn't know, is Nintendo kept the same battery, but they're putting the new efficient chip from the Lite. I almost said DS Lite. From the Switch Lite into this new model. The new chipset, or SoC, silicon on or chip or whatever, they shrunk it down. I don't know if it's 14 nanometer, 10 nanometer, whatever it is. They cut it down significantly, which means less heat, less power consumption. And Nintendo had the opportunity with this new chip to bump up the clock speeds a decent amount, but what they chose to do was keep the clock speeds the same as the Switch, always was, and it increased battery life significantly in portable mode. Now, right before this, Nintendo has been, I guess, allowing developers or access to higher clock speeds in portable mode. They did it with 2 different updates now. The last one was right before Mortal Kombat 11 came out, bumped the clock speed up to almost 500 megahertz versus, I want to say, like 303. It was a significant increase for portable mode, which on the old Switch cut the battery life down, and heat would be increased, but it was only for certain games. And they also allowed the CPU to ramp up to max for loading times for small, not during gameplay, but for loading times. So they had an opportunity with this new efficient chip to make the Switch Pro, to make it's still a Tegra, still same architecture. They had an opportunity, or they could have, and they still could with an update, is allow not only portable mode to run at probably what the dock mode runs at, but dock mode could go up from 783 megahertz to like 1.2 gigahertz, and any game that has some frame rate dips or adaptive resolution, your frame rate dips would probably be completely eliminated. The game would run at the resolution it was supposed to. It's not going to suddenly make Xbox One, PlayStation 4 level visuals, but they could have took the existing games and just basically, what's the word? It's not optimizing, but it would run them at their intended frame rate and resolution. But Nintendo decided not to do that, or not to talk about it at this point. But with this new chipset, that's definitely possible. But the fact that it's just going to look like the standard Switch, to me, means that it's never going to happen. So everybody who reported and been reporting on Switch Mini, Switch Pro, it was all based upon an article from the Wall Street Journal talking about 2 new Switch SKUs. And one of the key words to the other than the Mini was that it was going to be something atypical. Is this still zoomed in? I'm curious. Nope. All right. It was going to be atypical compared to what you were expecting. And a lot of people are like, what does that mean? Well, we found out. It means it's just going to run at the normal clock speeds and give us huge battery life, but otherwise look identical. So, but almost everybody's speculation, rumor, videos, all were based upon this two SKU article, which Digital Foundry confirmed they couldn't talk about. They said they knew of 2 new SKUs for 2019, and guys like Super Metal Dave make a career somehow getting 40,000 subscribers, 20,000 plus views, and on making video after video on what the Switch Pro is going to be because of these 2 new SKUs. And it turns out it's just the more efficient chip gives you better battery life. So, like Meza T, his last video, I think the Switch Pro is officially dead, based on what people were, their whole argument, every video was based upon this second SKU. And now that the second SKU is just a better battery life version, comes in a different box, has a different SKU number, but it's basically the same Switch. So everything they talked about is officially based on nothing now. So they could still speculate at the potential what Nintendo could do, this and that, but anybody who's based all their points on that second SKU, the ground just fell out from under their feet. They're falling into an endless abyss, because that foundation that their whole argument was, not really an argument, but their whole theories and all that were based upon is gone. So the Switch Pro is still could be something that happens down the road next year, 2021, something. But if anybody's like, "Oh, I told you," then they're full of shit, because everything they based it upon was that second SKU, and now we know what it is. So, if I was Nintendo, though, I would have done something. Meza T has a good point. Wait till next year when Sony and Microsoft has new hardware coming out, and then you cut them maybe in September or something. You come out with this new, more powerful Switch. But I think you should already do it. I think the sooner you do it, the better. The later you do it, you might as well just make the successor to the Switch. You might as well make the second Switch, Switch 2, or whatever. I think if you're going to do a Pro type thing, I wouldn't do it any later than March 2020. I would have done it for this holiday, done the Lite for this summer, but that's just me. And the reason I would have done it is because games are basically, the Switch has been getting tapped out consistently since it came out, as far as power and stuff. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 come out today, and it's not a well optimized game, because just looking at the art style and the visuals and it's doing nothing that like Xbox 360 couldn't do. I think the 360 original game actually looks more technically impressive. I don't like the art style, but and that game can't even hit a lock 30. So I think they could have done it. The sooner the better, and then you just get people and devs used to it, so they make their game optimized for portable mode, and then they figure out what regular dock can do, and then you just keep bumping it up for the new Pro level specs. And it might not be the biggest jump, but it might get your games at locked frame rates, maybe even up to 60 frames per second for games that have to make that sacrifice. Something to just be, continue the third party support, continue the excitement for the Switch. I don't. The Lite isn't gonna create excitement for Switch owners, but it will bring in new owners. But I just think they need to do something. They can't roll with this Switch until 2021, 2022, or whenever. Let's see, 2017. Yeah, 2022 would be like the standard 5 years of March. If they got Xbox Next and PS5 for basically a year and a half, and you got the basic Switch, I just really feel like the sales at that point are probably just gonna really taper off, kind of like with the Wii, and you're gonna kind of be stagnant. They'll have some first party bangers, I'm sure, but I don't know. I think I don't know how well it worked, but since it's an established thing this generation, and Nintendo's even done it with the 3DS, I don't care if it's just quality of life, even though the system's already fast, add features, add Bluetooth, for audio, for headsets and all that. Better screen, like Meza T always says, for the VR, the Labo VR, and then just, there's no reason a game like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 should be dipping below 30. Now, that's more of an optimization thing. The developer, I don't think that game had a long development cycle. It kind of feels like it was either a rush game or just a budget title, but they're charging full price. It's getting DLC. I got mixed feelings about that. I'm not a big Marvel guy, and I'm not a big co-op beat 'em up guy. I've never really got into those types of games, so that game really does nothing for me. But I don't know. It's just it's a hard thing, because you got people who are just completely content with their Switch, and then you got someone like me who loves Nintendo games. I wouldn't trade them for anything. I probably play Mario Maker 2 more than any other. By the end of it, I'm sure I'll have over 200 hours in the game, and I can't say that about any Sony or big third-party game that's got amazing visuals and all that. So it's like when it comes right down to it, a great game, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, I upgraded to a 4K TV, and Smash Brothers looks really good. But the games that run below 1080 native resolution, they don't hold up so good on a big 4K screen. So, there's I'm of two minds. I'm not just one. It's kind of gray area for me. Like I said, I could play Mario Maker 2. It doesn't matter that even though the game looks great, it's not a amazing visual technical showcase type of game, but I still love to play it. And then you take some of these really good looking games, and they're not that much to play. So it's got to be a good game too. It's got to be a good game, and if it has amazing visuals, I'd like to be able to see that on a Nintendo system versus having to buy a PlayStation 4 version or an Xbox, whatever the next Xbox. I probably won't get it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, Nintendo should try to get at least close so that you could just buy a Switch, or you could just buy a Nintendo system and play Doom Eternal and play the next Tomb Raider or next GTA or something, and then play Nintendo's games. Like, I don't know why that's such an impossible thing, why that's like not gonna happen. But anyway, since this isn't just your standard juice opinions, I'm gonna do a little test here. Get this says the switch is on, so we'll see if we can't get a signal here. That'd be nice. Oh, it's not working. Well, that's great. That's great. Does it say no signal on your end? It was working earlier. Fuck. This sucks. Alright. I'm going to have to stop the stream real quick and be right back. Alright. I think we're back. I don't know about audio though. Oh wait, I gotta get to my right input for me so I can actually see the game. Looks like audio is coming through. Looks like it's pretty loud though. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna have to turn down the audio on my end. Because you don't want to be hearing it coming through the speakers. Gotta find it. This monitor has one issue, and that is the volume is like deep in the menu. Alright. So, what I want to do first, before I start playing levels, is I want to talk about the creating process for me. So, my best levels come from when I have an idea in my head. Would you rather have it like this? Yeah, let's leave it like that. The chat's not going to show up, but I get an idea in my head before I even lay a brick or lay anything. And I'll show you. This is an example. I've already uploaded this course. And so I had an idea. My idea was use the jungle theme so I could have water like halfway up the screen, and that I would have you get to a point where you couldn't proceed above ground, and you'd have to dive in and get back and solve some kind of obstacle. This in the first one, it's just swimming around and surviving, and then you come out the door. And then the next one, I didn't know what I was going to do at the time, but I was like, I want 3 areas, and I want to have to go under the water for 3 different times to be able to get to the next spot. So I came in here, I literally drew a straight line all the way to the end, to the flagpole at the halfway point just above the water, and then I kind of evenly divided it up, even though I had an extra area there. I divided it up and I saved it, and then I left it for a day, at least a day. And then I came back and I was like, all right, I got my 3 areas divided up. Let's start adding some land. So then I start adding hills, reducing. I create my opening. I placed the doors and decided kind of what I wanted to do for that one. And then I was like, I'll do a door. Oh, I'll do a P-switch door. All right. So then you go down. I'll put a P-switch somewhere. Like I said, I'm adding landscape. I'm drawing these rough outlines. This wasn't there, and then I come in and I was like, all right, last door, lock door. So you got to get a key. All this down here that you're seeing with the hand, all was just blank, absolutely blank to here. I actually had an opening through here. I was going to come up, and I made this little area with boom boom, saved it, came back, or left it at least a day. Didn't even think about it. I thought about some stuff, but that's it. No enemies. Then I would start it the next day. I would play through in just this most basic level and make sure all the doors worked. Put the P-switch in, and then I was like, went through it, got to the spot, and then I was like, all right, so it works. So then I come back, started placing some enemies here and there, continually to change the landscape, adding some coins or power-ups. Then I'd start from the beginning, play, and say, all right, where do I want to power up? Okay, there's a power-up. How far do I get? Where am I probably going to get hit? I don't want to be too close, but I don't want to be too far. Put another power-up, give you the opportunity to get a fire flower. Like I said, I'm changing landscape here. Save it, come back a day or two later, and then I worked on the second area, and then I went to the third area, and then my original plan was to come into this this opening, and come up here and fight Boom Boom, but let me show you what happens. This is what happens. You couldn't get out. So I was like, all right, I need a pipe. I need to come in from the top. I didn't have any doors left because I maxed out, so I had to create a pipe. This was a problem. I kind of thought about it. I created a pipe. I was just going to have a short little area, and then, just be something quick, but that wasn't good enough. I ended up with this super elaborate rising. It was just water, then it went to poison. But the whole point was, because I gave it a day and thought about it, then I realized if I came down from the top, now you have a good boss fight. And, I put these here, I was like, well, I had the door just here without these. I'm like, people can just run to the door. And then I had this door here lifted off the ground. So I was like, oh shit, if they didn't get the key, they got to go all the way back through this. I didn't have any of this created at this point. But I'm like, then they got to go all the way back. All right, so what am I going to do? So I just put it off to the side. I started adding the obstacles here. And I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? I thought the level was done. with the way it was, and then I gave it another day, and it might even been 2 days on this one, and I was like, you know what? If I put red blocks, and then the other door I put the blue dotted, so when you get to this point, let's say you came into this room, it'd help if I was big. Let's say you're like, I ain't fighting that dude, and then you're like, oops. You're like, oh shit, well, it's gonna be hard to get back up. But so you ran through that door, and then it's like, oh shit, I need the key. Well, I can use the door. So it was like a 5-6 day process, and if I hadn't done that, then people would have had to go all the way back through, redo this area, go into the subworld, do that whole thing to get back to Boom Boom, and they probably would have quit the level. And I hadn't realized that until the very, like a day had gone by. I was about to upload it, and I was like, oh shit. And then I had to come up with a solution. And then when I was doing that, I started realizing I want to add a bunch of aesthetics. So I started adding mushrooms, vines, dragging these things down to look like roots under the ground. And I just like, you know what? I'm going to make this level look as aesthetically pleasing as possible. So I started adding all this, all these vines, adding these semi-solid backgrounds, and just started just layering thing upon. Like this used to just be a piece of land. I put a mushroom there. This used to be more of these, I think, or just an opening. It's like, hey, if I put that bridge there, then it kind of makes sense, and I just started tweaking it and just adding all this stuff. Like I think one of my favorite areas is this little spot here with just these mushrooms just kind of arranged just to look nice and to kind of make the underwater feel kind of more alive. So not everybody has, like, I've all through high school and stuff, I went through I had art school, so I had artistic design, which include compositions and all that, what's appealing to the eye. So I have a trained eye, kind of, not professional or anything, but I have a very artistically tuned sense of compositions and stuff. So I know not everybody's going to be able to, like, this isn't going to come natural. So the important stuff, I think, is just to get an idea, draw a rough outline, make sure it works, then start adding the landscape. Once you have the landscape, then you start putting enemies in place, and each time you play through it, try to find a good spot for power-ups. Don't make people go too long without a power-up unless you want a challenging level. Think strategically about your checkpoint system, where it feels right, where you don't want it to go forever, where it's like when they restart, like, fuck, I start from the beginning, so give them a checkpoint, but don't put it too close to the end, so that's just one level idea. And then just some of the things, like I said, anybody that's jumped on, if you want to share a level, I'll play it in a little bit, but I just know, I hear from people who are saying, I'm struggling to come up with an idea, or no one's playing my levels. It takes time unless you have followers. I mean, I got 1,500 subscribers, and I'm lucky to get a dozen people to play my level in a day, type of thing. So it's not easy. But here's another level where I had a basic idea. It's like, I want to start out with some grasslands, a little hill, and then I want to make it a vertical level where you're climbing a mountain. I had the idea, but I didn't know how to do it. So I did the vertical, and the first thing I did, give you a little insight here, is I drew a line from the very bottom to the top, which is, it's gone now. I had to cut into it, kind of dividing it up. And then I was like, all right, so what if you got a steep cliff, how do you get around it? So, use some clouds, I did section by section. I did this area. All right, can I get to the top? All right, I get to the top here. What do I want to do next? So I started laying out rough idea, some blocks, just so I could get to the top. Nothing of the stuff you see here was there. Just the ability to get to the top. And I said, all right, if I do this forever on the left side, I said I want to get to the right side. So I'll do a little warp area, just to kind of like you're going inside the mountain. I just created it completely basic. Put the pipe, and then you come out. You're on the right side of the mountain now. This feels super zoomed in too, by the way. I don't know why. So all right, now we're on the right side of the mountain. So now I have moving clouds. I wanted to up the challenge, and then I was like, all right. At some point, I'm running out of screen because you only have 2 screens wide. That's kind of why I did this. All right, I'll put a keyed door, and then I'll use the door, and then get you to what feels like the peak. And then I added this face. I kind of regret it now. I'm not too happy with it after time passed. So, it was just a basic idea. I'm actually going to go back in. But I knew what I wanted from the beginning, and it was every step of the way I'd run into some kind of problem. And one of the biggest joys for me for this game is problem solving. So even if it's something as simple as, all right, I got this steep cliff, how do I get there? Well, I'll use these, and these. It's a simple solution, it seems like, but to me it's like problem solving. Then I'm like, all right, put some enemies, put some things that can kill you, the threat of death, to make it a little more exciting. I'll reuse that idea, and I was like, all right, well, I'll use what's a good way to go to a pipe? I just don't want a pipe sitting right here. It's like, I'll make it look like a cave. So came up with that idea. And then over here, I was really stuck again. I was like, oh wait, you can put clouds on wings, and then you have kind of the challenge of the timing of these clouds. So it was just like I said, like problem solving. And then you got to put them in place, and then you got to make sure you can do it. Like you can't just put something impossible. It's got to be done and be able to, be successfully pass the area without getting stuck. So it's just little stuff too, like if I could make that too tall where you couldn't get out, and let's say well, you got the key here, but if you kill him and you make this too tall where you can't get out, obviously that's a problem. So I problem solve each area one little spot at a time, and then at the very end I do stuff like this where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make this little cave where it's like looks like water turned to ice. You got a little ice here. Get a 50 coin if you're clever and like to explore. You'll find that door, and I add that stuff at the very end. And the whole point for me, and this is where some people are gonna disagree, the whole point for me is to make a fun kind of adventure journey type thing where there's skill. You'll need basic skill, some advanced skill. I don't want enemies coming out of nowhere that are just gonna kill you. So like you can see he's coming. You can see that wiggler. He's not gonna drop off from above the screen. I know there's people that like that stuff, and that's fine. But then myself, I don't like to do that. So I want it to be fair, where you can see the danger coming, and then having to use some skill to successfully do it. So I don't want it to. This one I didn't want to be super easy, but I didn't want it to be like ridiculously hard either. So that's just my design philosophy. I want it to be fun, and I want it to be the challenge to be skill based, and not like, oh, there's a thwomp that's gonna come out of nowhere and kill you. Oh, you gotta, it's trial and error. You gotta go redo this whole section because a thwomp came from off the screen and killed you. Like, to me, that's not a good level design. That's just you didn't know what to do, and you don't know, maybe you don't know how to really challenge the person, the player, without it being cheap. Like, I could have a thwomp. Whoops, I keep hitting that for some reason. Ooh, I'm out of enemies to use. I can fix that though. I gotta find some to kill. Alright. Like, how do I make this challenging? Wow, I can't use the thwomp there either. Even after I took him out. There we go. It's probably gonna land on this cloud though. I don't know how that works. It's like, oh, I want to make it hard. How do I make it hard? Oh, there's a thwomp comes from nowhere. It takes no thought to put that there. It takes a lot more thought to come up with, this isn't the best example, but to come up with something that's actually a fair challenge. And like I said, everybody has their design philosophies. But cheap deaths is not a philosophy I'll ever do. This is a level I'm working on right now. I'll give you a little sneak peek. So, like, let's play from the beginning. So I got the thwomps, and I'm not saying that mine's the only way, the only right way. I'm just telling you how my philosophy is. So maybe, I guess maybe somebody who's not used to Super Mario Brothers castle themes wouldn't be expecting a thwomp there. You know, you might not see it, and you might just get crushed. But at the very least, I gave you the mushroom right before, and it's at the beginning. So, shame on you if that kills you after the first try. So then I was like, right now this level could technically be uploaded complete, but I'm thinking I want to tweak it. And I'm like, but what area? I kind of think I want to do like a spot where it gets real narrow and you got some fire bars to contend with. Maybe like this section, which doesn't really provide you with anything. I actually took this basic idea from a level I made on Wii U. So I'm probably going to change this area so that maybe make it where you got to navigate with fire bars, you know, and be cautious. Another thing I don't like to do is to be tedious and just have something that takes time just for the sake of like padding. Like, you know, you don't see that coming. People will probably get killed there. But I could also make this a little more challenging. I could make those bars come down lower. You know, to make it hard is easy. To make it a good and hard level, that's difficult. To make an easy, super easy level, easy. To make a really good easy level, very hard. So, I mean, it's not easy, but, you know, I like to let these sit. I like to get a level that's basically done. I could upload this and then let it sit for a day or two and think about it and say, oh, shit. Like, I just had that idea where I want to have a little more challenge, but at the same time, I didn't want a checkpoint in this level. I want it to be a classic one run Super Mario Brothers 3 style level, and it's going to be a little more challenging. So, yeah, I'm kind of torn. And just something somebody I found out today, somebody didn't even know, is that where you save it is your thumbnail. So This looks great. For some reason, I'm not. This looks super enlarged on my screen. I'm playing a 65-inch, but I sit a decent amount away, and this is a 24-inch that I'm really close to, and this just feels like it's so close. So I save it. That's my thumbnail. If I uploaded it right now, that would be the thumbnail. So, all right, let's get to the course world. Nightmare Ninja. I can scroll up and get your code. If I like your level, I will follow you. If I don't like your level, I will not. I'll give you another chance, but it's hard enough to get navigate this unless you're using it in portable mode using the touchscreen. Yagimo Samo. Cloudy with a chance of death. Has a 4% clear rate. Cool idea. I find the best levels are usually, in my opinion, between like 8 and 15% clear rate. It's kind of the sweet spot, but I've played some really good 3, 4, 5%. So here we go. Anybody else watching if you have Mario Maker? So I got to grab all 93 coins. Can I ask if you are a woman or just have a woman avatar? Now it's personal, but just curious. Don't see a lot of I haven't seen a lot of female level creators just in my circle, so dang it. See, this is, I can't see what's below, so that's kind of a thing that's, I can tell they're walking on something. But it's another thing I try to avoid is blind drops where people can't see. Ooh. And there's what was I talking about earlier? Yeah, here we go. All right. I was just saying I don't think I've seen any female Mario Maker level creators. I've seen players like Dragon Feeney. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, there's definitely some challenge here. And there's no checkpoint because clear condition. You can't have a checkpoint. So I'm going to wait one more cycle here. Yeah, I try not to have blind drops. That can be a bit unfair. Don't kill me. Damn it. See what I'm talking about? That was my fault. I had poor memory. I don't even remember where I came from, honestly. I got pretty far, too. I was feeling pretty good about that. But something to think about is having blind jumps where you don't know where you're landing. I know that's a bit frustrating as a player. Now I remember I went down the pipe. So like right here, you might in the future, you don't have to take my advice. I'm giving you my perspective. I feel like if I hadn't died where I died, I would have beat this in one try. I'm gonna get this damn boot now. That's the other thing. You can never, yeah, it's the middle level hipsters. You can never predict what players are gonna do. You might have an idea. This boot, you never thought somebody would go grab it early, like I did. Now this is gonna make life a lot easier for me. I believe I could jump off that spike wheel too. I just got to remember not to. Recovery skills right there. You seen them live. Now I'm gonna... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Gonna be patient. Damn you. I can get the boot back. I wish I still had my firepower. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that ending. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, blind jumps are never really a good idea. Especially when you got no checkpoints and it's a clear condition. Like I had that awesome recovery there. And trial and error is how I would describe the challenges you've put in place. So that's definitely a game design that's been around a long time. But this is a player playing this for the first time. If you're not getting a good clear, like if some people may say they don't care about clear rates, but if you want people to enjoy your levels and you see 300 people played it, only 4 people beat it or something, and you're not getting likes, just something to think about, you know? Like, not everybody's gonna want to go through all this every time because of the trial and error. See, I forgot about that guy. And if you're not paying attention, this could kill you right there. But I should be able to beat it now. I'm gonna the ending, I'm gonna take a little slower. But the blind jumps, I would say that would be my one advice. Is maybe get rid of the blind shit. The blind jumps. Yeah, I went back for this. I like the new themes though. I love the cloud theme. Or the sky theme and the snow theme. Alright, come on back. Alright, let's go. Sure. Alright, so. Yeah, come on, man. I don't know if I'm missing something. Should I go down a pipe? But blind jumps. Sorry. Without checkpoints and stuff. If you put a checkpoint right before that, that'd be one thing. But yeah, I can't do it. Maybe there's a pipe. I mean, I should be trying to go down. Maybe that wasn't your intention. But if you need somebody to go down a pipe, an arrow is a good choice. So let's see. I uploaded this last night, about 24 hours ago. 19 people played it, 10 likes. It's a 50%. This was a very easy level. I knew it was an easy level. I wasn't worried about it being too easy. But my favorite level so far, awesome stuff, super cool. You know, it doesn't have to be hard. There's no shame in making an easy level. I thought this was an easy level. It's at 25%. This is my most liked level, and it's at 9.3%. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. I like I like your core concept there, Ninja. But blind jumps is like the quickest way to get people to exit your level. With no indication, put a string of coins, something. Let me know where that pipe is, and I've already beaten that level, and I'll give it a like and say, hey, cool level. It's just small things can really, really change. I mean, like I said, you take a level that's good, one little small tweak, and then you might have a great level on your hands, because it's not a great level if people don't want to finish it, even if it has a really cool idea. So 21%, it doesn't have to be easy though, but it's hard to make a good challenging level. Reach the goal of Super Ball Mario. I haven't used the Super Ball power up yet. I have it. See, I already like this. This is enticing already. So you're giving me, it's made for 4-player, which is cool. I like using the clown cars. Let me see if anything's over here. Oh, damn, that was my fault. But it's a good start. I like the beginning. It's right away what you need to do. I didn't even think of designing a 4-player level yet, so props to you for that. Arrows are nice. Let you know there's two path options. That's another good thing I didn't mention. Make multiple options. Make a hard option, a hard path, and make an easy path. So far, I like it. I'm guessing I gotta kill Bowser, but I don't, because of the clear condition, but I'm gonna kill him anyway. See this nice little short, multiplayer focused. This son of a bitch is gonna kill me. I've never actually used the clown car in the regular Mario theme, the original Mario theme. Alright, enough toying with Bowser. Yeah, that's a cool multiplayer level. That's something I didn't even think about. Another thing you can do is you use inspiration. You use inspiration from other people's levels to and put an element in your level, like the 4-player thing. Now I kind of want to make a 4-player level that's obviously for 4 players but works with single player. I definitely want to try Game Explain's level. Let's see what one. I'm just gonna go by the title here. That's gonna entice. So that was that one. I like that thumbnail. Meowser's new lair, the need for speed. Red Yoshi, green Yoshi. I like the title. I'm gonna try this one. The thing I've noticed is once somebody, a few people play and like the level, then it starts, I feel like it takes off. I don't know what the algorithm is, but this looks like one of the other thumbnails had a lot of Koopas in this. I gotta remember that can't wall jump and stuff. So I'm gonna. Ooh, that was lucky. Alright, so I need something. think, do I need a shell to hit that? Now that I'm on this side. I know Retrodeath likes to say, "Oh, I don't have, you don't have skill if you can't beat his level." This is, I'm stumped. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I gotta jump off that shell. Because what can destroy these blocks is the spiked helmet. So you got me stumped. I know I can get that 50 coin. What just hit? Oh, what the hell just hit me? That might have been a glitch. I think that spike might have hit me because I took him out of his shell. He shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have come back. So I don't mind a puzzle level. But if I don't know what, honestly don't know what hit me there. I'm really stumped by this. Damn it. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man. That's, it's probably one of those things once you figure out what to do, you're like, duh, but, you know, there's going to be people who aren't going to be willing to be patient. Let me see if I can get this. These guys following me. So he's just going to fall off. Yeah, I never played Lemmings. I think, what could I do? I can't get the timing down. Yeah, I don't know. I know, I'm guessing I need that block, but I never played Lemmings, so I don't know. There's coins here. Oh shit, that was my fault. I'll try one more time. But I am stumped. See, what's the point of that getting stuck there? Yeah, I don't know what to do. If I wasn't streaming, maybe I'd keep trying, but I'm sure the solution would be rewarding if I could figure it out, but I'm gonna wrap this up in a little bit, so I'm gonna go try to play Game Explains level that he just uploaded. It's got a lot of comments, 726. I don't know that the arrows, I kind of feel like I know to get to that question block, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Maybe get, damn it, maybe get one of the ones out of the shell down there so I can jump off them. If I'm right on that one, tell me I'm right and I'll go back and replay it. If I'm not right, oh shit, I gotta slow down. What's up, Bowser? Fall to your death. I don't know if I can make that jump. I'm gonna play it safe. Damn it. Give me a power up or something. No! That was close. I need him to kill himself now. It's gonna be tough. Come on. Yeah, this is pretty, this is asking a lot there, Andre from Game Explain. You're expecting to stay small. The timer's pretty low. Oh, that's not a locked door. What am I doing? Duh. It's not a locked door. Alright, see, that's on me. That's lack of observation right there. Fuck, I knew it. I just gotta ride the donut down. There. See, this is a locked door, so that's on me for not realizing that second door wasn't locked. Come on. I don't want to risk it. I feel like I can make that jump, but... Alright, so I don't have to kill him, but I don't know if he's going to give me a key I'll need later. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. At least I'm big now. Oh, look at that. Finding stuff out. See, this is cool puzzle solving stuff. Now let's get away from the pipe, see if something comes out. This is rewarding the player for... Oh. Well, let's go down the pipe. There you go. Checkpoint. Now we got a scrolling stage. Which is another thing I need to do. Dang it, I wanted to be up there. I feel like that was an easier path up there. See, there's coins. I'm assuming I can land. Yep. There's also a 3 red coin indicator. I kind of like levels too, where it's playing it repeated. It has a reward. Damn it. That was a mistake. Alright, what's in store for us now? A TV, okay. Interesting. So you can't get to the end. Gonna have to go down. Come on. back up, can I? Damn it. Just slide without jumping. Nice. Cool. That was a cool level. Alright, well, this has been about an hour. It's kind of a test more than anything. See, not a lot of people are tuned in, so it was a cool level. I like it. So let me see, does he have another level? You do. Alright, Ninja. Let's see what you got. So, high clear rate, low time. Let's see if I can beat 39 seconds. Gotta defeat Bowser Jr. That's Boom Boom. I like underwater levels. I know people don't like them, but that's a little tough. Retro Death likes to give minimal, and clocked it. They like to give minimal margin for error. So if your Mario's 2 blocks high, they give you a 2 block high gap. Sometimes it's good to make short, easy levels, though, just to kind of get people. They kind of they help you with your maker points, and I think people tend to like easier levels, and that helps you get a lot more people playing. And it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't terrible. Let's see, Cave Madness Remake, Cloudy with Chance of Death, Ghost House Blues. I'll play one more. Which one do you want me to play? I'm leaning towards Who's the Boss? 1 in 40. I'll give it a few tries. But I gotta end this stream. I haven't even used Builder Mario yet, so that's gonna be interesting. Not even sure the mechanics of it. See, this gap right here is fine, but you start getting those single block gaps. And I haven't done underwater in the 3D world setting, so I like it. I like how it looks. All right. Okay. I'm gonna guess I can. Yep, nice. That doesn't kill him, huh? I'll just hit it because it's there. Maybe I don't have to. That was lucky. Oh, you can land on those? Nice. It's another thing you gotta... Don't just... Like, I seen that red block, but by the time I got there, it's like, oh, I don't recall. I didn't recall it. I just hit the on-off switch because I just felt like I should. Players, especially... I don't have, like, the best, like, gaming retention for remembering specific things. I'd assume players are gonna forget if you put something too far away. I don't know if I need these coins, but I feel like I want them. So far. I'll play your level, Lion. I'm gonna get off after. Come here. Get wrecked, son. Oh no. Damn it. That sucks. Where'd that come from? It wasn't a pipe. It was here. Yeah. Yeah, Ninja, you struggle with your endings. To make it through all that. You need to jump. I mean, that's a really tough jump to land, and then know to have to continue to jump. So it's one of those things where it's trial and error stuff. And when you have a clear condition, there's no checkpoints to go through all that. And then like, oh, I'm not even sure still what I got to do at the end. Like, I don't mind challenge, but to put it at the end after all that time I put in the beginning, feeling really good about the level, and then just be like, oh, at the end, like, make it pretty tough. Lion Wolf, where's your code? Got like 30 seconds. It's a troll level. I ain't playing it then. I gotta wrap this up. I ain't got time for trial and error troll stuff. I don't usually play troll levels anyway. All right. I think that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to try to do a more consistent upload schedule for live streams and not do it when Ms. T and Robert are both doing it. So I didn't see your code anywhere. Yeah, there's no code. You didn't put your code in, man. If you put it in, I'll type it in and I'll check it out off air. But anyway, thanks everybody for listening, and hopefully you can build up a little bit of a community here of watching my live streams of me actually playing Nintendo Switch games. So we'll see you next time.